Time to talk about does. This is an auxiliary that we use in present simple tense. It means we're asking for habits, daily routine, or state. So if you want to make questions, the first things you need, of course, if you want, it's a wow word. So what time, where, why, how often. All of these are wow words. And after that, we use the auxiliary. And today, this is does. Does. What time does? Where does? When does? Why does? Don't forget it. Does. And then, well, we need a subject. But only we have four options here. You can use she, a woman, she, he, a man, he, it, maybe a thing, an animal, a place, it, or a singular noun. When we say, or when we, say singular nouns, we're talking about only a person, only an animal, or only a thing or a place. For example, Carlos, Sheila, John, Mark, or why not? Your mother, your father, only a member of your family. One more time. He, she, it, and a singular noun. Here you can use you, we, they. No, they're not welcome. So what time does she? What time does he? Where does he? How often does he? How often does your father? How often does your mom, your wife? And that's it. So you have a what word, the auxiliary does, and then a subject. After that, we need a verb. So always a verb in infinitive form. Here we have play soccer, work, study, go to bed, go home, have breakfast, have lunch, take a shower. There, whatever you want. And finally, if you want, of course, you can use a complement. So a complement in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, on Mondays, on Tuesdays, on Saturdays, on weekend. So tell me, what time does she have breakfast on Mondays? What time does he go to work on weekends? Or maybe yes, no questions. Does she study? Does she work? Does your husband work on weekends? And that's it. Now you know questions using the auxiliary does. One more time. What word? Does. The subject, he, she, it, or a singular one. There, always in infinitive form. And a complement. And that's it. Now you ready to ask questions. Here we go. Take notes.